वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी दंडवत प्रणाम प्रभु।
हरे कृष्णा, தேங்க்யூ மாதாஜி.
हरे कृष्ण
மாதாஜி, நீங்க பிரீஃப் பண்றீங்களா? நேற்றுக்கு என்ன பேசியிருந்தோம்?
ओके प्रभु जी, ओके प्रभु जी. Others are not there प्रभु जी, வேற யாரும் வரல.
வருவா.
ஓகே 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 பிரபு ஜி, ஷூர். ஒரு செகண்ட்.
ஆசக்தி இல்லையா நேத்தி சாப்டர்?
எஸ் பிரபு ஜி, ஜஸ்ட் ஒரு நிமிஷம், ஒரு செகண்ட். Sixth chapter, yes Prabhuji.
Six, yeah.
Just give me 2 minutes. Actually, my book and what is it?
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna.
Hare
second.
Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, actually, the taste for the this thing activities, just like hearing, chanting, and all, it reaches the extreme depth, and the devotional activities one attains is asakthi, Prabhuji. Yeah, and
நீங்க முதல்ல சொல்லுங்க பார்க்கலாம் ஸ்டெப்ஸ். பக்திரதம் சிந்து படிச்சிட்டீங்களா?
இல்ல பிரபுஜி, என்னோட புக் இஸ் இன் நோய்டா. நான் ஐ அம் வித் தி இ புக்.
இல்ல படிச்சிருக்கீங்களா பக்திரதம் சிந்து?
Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu I have read, Prabhuji, but
Nectar of Devotion.
Nectar of Devotion, yes Prabhuji. If my books are all scattered, na adnala ella discontinue. Idilla in the class la attend, then that gets only thing I
வந்து Nectar of Devotionல நமக்கு இந்த ஸ்டெப்ஸ் இருக்கு. ஸ்ரத்தா இருந்து பிரேமா வரைக்கும். அது பாடம் பண்ணிட்டீங்களா நீங்க? ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஸ்ரத்தா, அதுக்கப்புறம் அது தெரியுமோ?
இல்ல பிரபுஜி, அதெல்லாம் நோட்ஸ் எல்லாம் இருக்கு. எல்லாம்
நோட்ஸ் இருக்கட்டும், இது வந்து உள்ள இருக்கணும் இதெல்லாம்.
ஓகே ஓகே ஓகே.
இந்த ஸ்டெப்ஸ், ஏன்னா இப்ப அதைத்தான் நம்ம பேசிட்டு இருக்கோம். ஸ்ரத்தா முதல்ல எங்கிருந்து வந்தது, அப்புறம் ஸ்ரத்தால இருந்து சாது சங்கா, பஜன கிரியா, அனர்த்த நிவர்த்தி, நிஷ்டா, ருச்சி, ஆசக்தி, பாவா, பிரேமா அப்படின்னு இந்த ஸ்டெப்ஸ் வந்து பேசிக் ஸ்டெப்ஸ் ஆஃப் அட்வான்ஸ்மெண்ட் ஆஃப் பக்தி. அதை வந்து ரூப கோஸ்வாமி கொடுத்துருக்காரு. அதை வந்து கொஞ்சம் எலாபரேட் பண்ணி புரிஞ்சுக்கிற விதமா அதுல இருக்கிற சில டீட்டெயில்ஸ் கொடுத்து விஸ்வநாத் சக்கரவர்த்தி டாக்கூர் பண்ணியிருக்காரு. ஸோ இது எல்லாமே பார்த்தேன்னா நெக்டர் ஆஃப் டிவோஷன் எங்கிருந்து வருதுன்னா இட் கம்ஸ் ஃப்ரம் பாகவதம் ஒன்லி. கௌடிய வைஷ்ணவா சம்பிரதாயத்தில் வாட் எவர் யூ சி, யூ சி மெயின்லி பாகவதம், பகவத்கீதா, சைத்தன்ய சரிதாமிர்தம், இதுதான் பேஸ். அதை வச்சுட்டு so many books have been written just to make things more intelligible for us, that we can understand, and it will be useful to practice. So we do take copious notes. நிறைய classes attend பண்றோம், நிறைய notes எடுக்கிறோம். They are in different places. I agree with you. பட் சில இதுல பேசிக் திங்ஸ் நம்ம வந்து சிலதெல்லாம் அப்சர்வ் பண்ணிட்டு அது வந்து யூ டோன்ட் ஹாவ் டு ரெஃபர் எனிவேர். இட் பிகம் இன்டெக்ரல் டு யுவர் பர்சனாலிட்டி. பக்தியில வந்து இது ஸ்ரத்தால இருந்து தொடங்கி பிரேமா வரைக்கும் இருக்கிற ஸ்டெப்ஸ் வி ஷுட் know. And through Madhurya Kadambini, we learn how to identify these steps. இது எப்படி ப்ரோக்ரஷன் ஆகுது, ஒருத்தர் எந்த ஸ்டேஜ்ல இருக்காங்க, அதை எப்படி புரிஞ்சு நம்மளே ஓரளவுக்கு எவாலுவேட் பண்ணி
செல்ஃப் இன்ட்ரோஸ்பெக்ஷன்.
செல்ஃப் இன்ட்ரோஸ்பெக்ஷன். ஸோ அதுக்கெல்லாம் யூஸ் ஆகும். நம்ம இதை படிக்கும்போது, நம்ம நிஷ்டா படிக்கும்போது அந்த சம்மரின்னு ஒரு பேராகிராஃப் படித்தோம். வாட் இட் சேஸ், நீங்க வந்து how lax or how intense you are in your practice, that will determine how soon you get your nishta stage. Intense practice பண்றவாளுக்கு தான் நிஷ்டா கிடைக்கும். If you do lax sadhana, then you will never get nishta. It's not simply a matter of time, Somebody has been practicing it for several years. It's not a guarantee that they will get nishta. Nishta na enadhu? Fixed determination in Krishna. Bhakti la you become steady. There is no more, dilly-dallying, prevaricating. You are fixed, you are focused. That means on the stage your anarthas are almost gone. So that nishta stage is what is important for us. Once you reach nishta, மிச்ச ஸ்டெப்ஸ் எல்லாம் ரொம்ப ரொம்ப ஸ்வீட்டா இருக்கும். யூ வில் டூ, யாரும் உங்களுக்கு சொல்ல வேண்டாம், nobody needs to remind you. There will be so much relish in your bhakti. Nothing else will be as attractive as before. இது வரைக்கும் நம்ம எதையெல்லாம் ரிலீஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தோமோ, all that will lose taste once you reach nishta. நிஷ்டா, ருச்சி, ஆசக்தி, இதெல்லாம் வந்து வெரி relishable stages of bhakti. பட் நம்ம அதுக்கு வர்றதுக்கு முன்னாடி we have to cross anartha. Anarthas எல்லாம் காம, குரோதம், மத, மாத்சரியம், all these things should go. So இந்த ஸ்டேஜ் தான் most painful stage in sadhana bhakti for any sadhaka, because the anarthas are troubling you. On the one side you feel some attraction for Krishna, but there are also so many attractions competing for your attention. Until you get scattered, you become distracted because of competing factors, So on the nishta stage, a sadhaka has to really fight.
Very true.
And depending on how intensely we are practicing or how lax we are, that will decide it. So two people may have been in bhakti for 10 years each, but one person may have reached nishta. Another person may be still far away from nishta. It's not that, somebody got some mercy, somebody did not get mercy. It's not like that. Attaining nishta is entirely because of how intensely we are doing the sadhana. Of course, intensity, we have to come more and more in devotee association. And among devotees also, we should get fixed up to some devotees who are very serious. They have a taste. Then by being in their association, the taste will rub on us, that will automatically come to us. So in the madri vandu, there is a stage where we have to really struggle. And once you have achieved this fruit of nishta, then almost things will start happening to you. You will start attracting devotees. Because of the nishta stage, you develop a kind of a magnetism. You will start attracting like-minded people who want to hear, speak about Krishna. That will happen. Like it's a halfway mark. Up to nishta is the struggling stage. After nishta is enjoyment. From the sadhaka's perspective, there is tremendous intensity after nishta. Tremendous intensity because his hankering has increased so much. The devotee wants Krishna, the devotee wants devotee association, you know. They don't want anything else. They want these things. So on the stage you get protection. But on the stage munnadi, we have to only ensure our own protection. Illati, time will fly and we may be thinking, what went wrong? Why am I feeling stuck? But other than these signs, you know, Madhurya Kadambini, Nectar of Devotion, all these things are basically books of science. So, other overall, internally, notes definitely good, even if we don't refer the notes back. Simply by the fact that we have taken notes, you know, some things will go inside and it will remain in our memory. But in the basic steps, memory is to take some extra effort.
Okay, sure.
Etc.
Okay, sure, Prabhuji. Okay, Prabhuji. Sure.
Thank you, Mr. So
Thank
we
you,
have 7 participants, including me. So let us get into the topic. So before we proceed, I would like any one of you to summarize Asakthi chapter. What we have done yesterday.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandat Pranams, Prabhuji. I'll just try, Prabhuji.
Yes.
As in Ruchi stage, the Ruchi is more towards the process of bhakti devotion. And Krishna, of course, there is attraction, but in Asakti stage, proportionately attraction or longing for Krishna is more, Ruchi for Krishna is more compared to the process, Prabhuji. So more like when we saw some examples also how devotees in Asakti stage, when they see other devotees, they always relate to Krishna, where they are coming from, whether they are coming from holy places, and when they are chanting the holy names, so they get attracted, and wherever they see devotees, they only want to talk about Krishna. That is what I think the summary is, Prabhuji.
Very good, Mataji. That's a very good summary. And interestingly, in this chapter, the description is only 2 paragraphs. The rest of it is examples. See, so that you will be able to relish the example and then understand what is asakthi just by watching how a person in asakthi behaves, how he thinks, how he reacts to devotee association. So they are all examples, 2 pages of examples, and only 2 paragraphs to explain what is asakthi. But of course, it is very, very clear to us. At the ruchi stage, attraction is more to the process, and at the asakthi stage, attraction is to the object of those processes, which is Krishna. There is so much relation to Krishna. I want Krishna. So that means the longing has become more intense. The longing at the stage of ruchi has become more intense at the stage of asakthi. So this is all basically different ways of describing the intensity of bhakti, how it is increasing. So devotee begins to increasingly look like a mad person. For unlettered people, a devotee begins to look like a mad person. Somebody says, till yesterday he was okay. I don't know what happened to him. Others will say he must have done a lot of sins, so he's suffering out of that. Someone says he has received some great treasure and he's proudly hiding it from us. Like that, different people speak different things. But this person remains silent. He will remain silent and sometimes hide his feelings. So at the asakti stage, you don't want to reveal what is going on within you because nobody will understand. How anybody will understand? If you tell, I'm looking for Krishna, see here how this person is speaking to small boys playing on the outskirts of a village. He is going to the boys and asking, will I see Vrajendra Kumar? because these boys remind him of the four Kumaras. And they are not, they are ordinary village boys. So this is the intensity. He sees everything in connection with Krishna. He cannot forget Krishna for a moment also. So in the second paragraph, we saw how the devotee sometimes become, before asakti stage, he is overpowered by material objects and desires. Then he has to put deliberate effort to withdraw the mind from material things and fix it on the form of the Lord. Mind is not automatically going to the Lord's form. It is getting distracted by material things. And then forcefully, deliberately, he is withdrawing the mind and trying to fix it on Krishna. This is no longer done at the stage of asakti. It happens automatically. Mind refuses to go in matter. That means the religious come, right? Higher taste. Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehina rasavarjam rasopyasya param drishtva nivartate rasopyasya param. Yes, tasted the param rasa, the higher taste, and other lower taste, he no longer wants to relish them. Correct? No? He's enjoyed that. He cannot give it up now. Even though Krishna is withdrawing that. Krishna gave him the taste for a short while. Then he has withdrawn. But the devotee cannot forget it. This is happening even at the asakti stage. Krishna gave him a taste and then he has withdrawn it. But the devotee cannot stop because it is there in his mind. I would like to hear from you. Anyone can say, have you experienced something like this in your bhakti process from the time, from day one to wherever you are now? Have you at any point of time experienced, oh, I had a taste, but what happened to that? How can I get it back? Where it is hiding? Have you got that feeling anytime?
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji.
Can you?
Initially, yes, Prabhuji. Initially, when I joined ISKCON, Prabhuji, because I was an atheist, but when I came to ISKCON, suddenly, I started experiencing so many things, so much of transformation in my life, and so much of I was relishing this Hare Krishna mantra also. But as time passed by, Mantraji, Prabhuji, but now I really, it's like it has become mechanical and it's dry. It has become completely dry. Sometimes I feel why I'm not able to get that taste. So I'm now begging for that, Prabhuji. So I feel it has become so dry. The initially, even without my effortlessly I was enjoying that process of bhakti. But now, despite of my endeavor, I'm not able to enjoy that process, Prabhuji.
I will respond to that. Don't be too harsh on yourself. But would anyone like to say something from their own side?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I too feel sometimes now I'm not doing all, when I was doing all devotional service, no Prabhuji, fully engaged in devotional process. I was feeling, I was relishing. Now I sometimes feel my chanting gets mechanical. But again, when I hear some kirtan or something, tears just flows down my eyes. Then I think down somewhere my love for Krishna is still there. I feel that Prabhuji. Then I feel really happy. No, it is not gone just because of some factors. This is affecting me like that. I feel Prabhuji. I just that I feel that makes me really happy, Prabhuji. But again, sometimes mechanical, dry, I feel. But again, I don't know that is not gone. It is still there with me. I feel like that, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Others would like to say?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. You told of Prabhuji that inflection or plateau.
Yeah.
That really, I felt when you told that, yes, that was there. I think most of the devotees must have experienced that inflection, that stage, and plateau stage. Only because of devotees association, Prabhuji, coming for classes like this, only this keeps me going. I very well know I'm not even plateau stage. I may be going down, I don't know. But only devotees association and classes like this, hearing from you really helps me a lot, Prabhuji. I don't want to miss this devotee association. Really, Prabhuji, I feel that I have experienced that, Prabhuji.
Very good. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Others?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I would like to add about my sister's sincerity, Prabhuji. Amongst all this chaos at home, she's having to care for me, my mother, lot of things, but she's so sincere in her devotional activities and chanting all, Prabhuji. She is my great inspiration, Prabhuji. Her
Oh,
association is helping me
was
to know that being dry and
oh,
all that. Really, Prabhuji, I would say she has reached Nishta. I don't know.
No, she doesn't know anything. How much I'm struggling. I will tell her only in the morning, early morning hours only I get some I am looking for some privacy to chant. That I will tell her. I want that somehow or the other. I want to go to sleep by 10 at least. Only that I request her. But otherwise, throughout the day, I'm not even remembering Krishna. That is my condition. She has mistook this for if at all, if I'm able to do practice bhakti and do my devotion service, it's only because of Guru's blessings. I thank, and I express my gratitude to Guru and Gauranga for being able to just practice my devotional service as per the vows we have taken. That's all, Prabhuji. I really have that gratitude for my Guru and Guru Gauranga.
Hare Krishna. Samagala Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandat pranams to all Matajis and Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, yes Prabhuji, but yes Prabhuji, I too, as Sunita Mataji said, initially I was very enthusiastic. Even now I am, but on a mental level, Prabhuji, but not on the bodily level. Sometimes I feel, I don't know. That's why I ask this doubt always, because a devotee has to offer both body, in all the three, body, mind, and words, through words. So sometimes I'm able to understand that. Before it was on the bodily level and mental level and everything, but I feel Prabhuji, like how the example of Narada, like once he sees the Lord and then the Lord disappears. So we need to, Lord gives that, what to say, that trailer or something like that. He'll make us, uh, he will make us taste what bhakti is initially. And now I'm able to understand that there is a long process, lot of purification has to happen.
Actually, every devotee who is still around, sticking to Krishna consciousness after a long time, everybody has the same thing to say. There was an initial taste that was amazing. I'm still looking for it. I am not able to recreate that. Why it's happening like that? Like Narada Muni struggles and struggles, but very mercifully the voice says, sorry, this birth, you will not see me for the rest of your life. Because that is only to increase your hankering. For your good only, I am withholding my darshan to you. I give you one darshan, that is a taste, but I am withholding it for your further purification so that in this one lifetime, you will attain your spiritual body and come back to me. That was actually a mercy. The Lord appearing is a mercy. The Lord not appearing is a greater mercy. It is left to us to maintain that intensity. We should not become like, ordinary material relationship, what do we say? The person is out of your sight and is out of your mind also. We say that in material relationship. You have to make an effort to keep in connection with that person. Otherwise, out of sight, out of mind. But in Krishna consciousness, it cannot happen like that. Because you are not out of Krishna's mind. You are very much in Krishna's mind. But he's having a plan for you. And he's meticulously implementing that plan for you. He is only trying to increase your hankering. He knows your hankering is there, but it is not enough. He does it to gopis also. What to speak about lesser mortals like us? Even to gopis, he does that. And of course, they give him a mouthful. But still, Krishna's plan is to intensify our hankering so that we will be able to receive him in his full intensity. The Lord is very intense. For us to experience that, we have to create that. We have to get a pure spiritual existence. Then only you will be able to relish him. Even if there is a slight material contamination, like a bulb fuse, it will go. But you remember in those days we had incandescent bulbs, 25 watts, 40 watts. Suddenly there is a voltage hike and boom, the bulb is gone. You have to again replace it. That will be the condition for us. As long as material contamination remains, we are not competent to relish the Lord. He gave a small taste. But the other point that what I wanted to mention to all of you is that it is not that our bhakti has disappeared. It is not that initially our bhakti was very good, but subsequently our bhakti is not there. It is not like that actually. The point is we are becoming more serious in our sadhana, and at that stage, the Lord is creating the necessary environment for us to do that. Because initially when we came, we were looking for taste. That is all right, the Lord gave. But now we are realizing, actually, I am his servant. He must get the taste. Not that I should get the taste. He should enjoy my chanting, not that I should enjoy my chanting. Whatever I do for his pleasure, not for my pleasure. Even though the tendency, the vestiges, it is still there with us. But we have to give up the tendency of enjoying. Rather, we give. For that only, we see a lot of examples that Rupa Goswami gives, that he gives the example of Raktaka who is fanning the Lord. He's fanning the Lord, but he gets an ecstatic current. He's just doing his duty, fanning the Lord. But suddenly, ecstasy captures him. Prema. Suddenly, there is a surge of prema in his heart. And what happens immediately? The eyes cloud over, filled with tears. His body is trembling. He is not able to stand steady. And he cannot see Krishna properly. And how he can fan them? So he is cursing the ecstasy. He said, who wanted this ecstasy? I want to focus on the service to my Lord. I don't want this ecstasy. He's blaming the ecstasy, which we are all hankering for. So actually, once we understand the science, there is no more confusion. Of course, we feel if I have more taste, I will serve the Lord in a better way. So we are trying to put the cart in front of the horse. We say, if I have more taste, more relish, more enjoyment, then I will serve the Lord better. But actual practice, if you serve the Lord better, automatically more relish will come to you. Because the reciprocation is coming from the Lord. Ye yata mam prapatyanti tam sthitam bhaja. So the more you intensely serve the Lord, hanker to serve the Lord, then the reciprocation will come in the form of ecstatic emotions. But we are not the enjoyer. We know that. We are not the enjoyer. The Lord is the enjoyer. So in that sense, if I am not getting the relish now, I don't have to worry. I don't have to blame anyone or even myself. I have to understand this is the way it is. I have to purify. For purification, the Lord is putting me through fire. So without relish, if you chant for the Lord's pleasure, He is happier. You are putting your best effort, even though there is no taste. You are putting your best effort. That gives you 1,000 times better result than when you chant with relish. Chanting with relish. So you are enjoying it. But you are not enjoying, but you are still doing it for the Lord's pleasure. That is the original constitutional position of the soul. So even though we will constantly hanker for that higher taste to manifest, but actually we should remember this is the best time for us to intensify our bhakti. The denizens of heavenly planets, they always complain, we want to take birth in the Bharatavarsha now. Because in the heavenly planets, there is only enjoyment. And there is no opportunity for seva. There is no karma there. No karma, no punya, no papa, no seva in the spiritual, in the heavenly planets. So Indra and other demigods, they look at the material world, they look at the earthly planet, and they are envious of us. Oh, they have this great chance. They have taken birth in the karma bhumi. They can do seva. They can attract the Lord. They can do sadhana bhakti. We want that. Because once you are in the heaven, you cannot even do punya. What to speak about bhakti? You cannot even do punya. You are just there to spend your punya. So you cannot do any such activity. You can say fruitive activity. It is there to only spend your punya that you are going there. That is why Prabodhananda Saraswati says, Ahaya Pushpayate. Tridashapur Akasa Pushpayate. He says, I have no interest in the heavenly planets. That is the mood of every devotee. And he doesn't mind going to hell also. A devotee doesn't mind going to hell because his only prayer is, the Lord should be in my heart always. If the Lord is in my heart, hell is okay with me. And if Lord is not in my heart, even the position of Brahma I don't want. Even if I am appointed as Brahma, number one, we say the first citizen of India is the president. Like that, the first citizen of the universe is Brahma. Even that position, he says, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, I don't want. Why? If there is no remembrance of Krishna. So remembrance of Krishna is the ultimate treasure that everyone will anchor for. So asakthi we finished. So bhava, you can imagine, it is asakthi further intensifying. Right? Like that, it keeps intensifying. Once the anartha nivritti is crossed, you are able to experience these things in a better way. As long as anarthas are still there, we are struggling with anarthas on the one side, and on the other side, we are trying to advance in bhakti. Two things are happening. Anarthas are going away, and your bhakti is also getting strengthened. These two things are happening. But once you reach Nishtha stage, the entire thing is going into further development of bhakti. So somehow or the other, all of us should make a determination that I will intensify my sadhana so that I will get over with anartha nivritti as quickly as I can. For that, whatever I can do, I will do. This should be our determination. And this is exactly what Srila Prabhupada says, quoting the Bible. In Bible, Jesus Christ is telling his disciples, the 13 disciples, he says, either be hot or be cold. If you are lukewarm, I spit on your face. What does it mean? Can anyone explain? What is Jesus Christ implying?
We should not be in between, Prabhuji.
So what is that? Can you elaborate? Anyone?
Is he referring to the intensity of the prayer?
Intensity.
Don't go by half measure.
Exactly. See, you are in material life and you are looking for all kinds of material pleasures. You are working hard for fruitive results. You've done that. But now you have come to understand Adhyatmic subject matter. You realize that you are not the body. You are a spirit soul. And you have been given the process and everything. Now what are you waiting for? half-hearted, lax practices. Why do you do that? And Jesus Christ is alerting his disciples, be intense. Be intense. The Lord should come running to you. That is what he means by saying, be hot or be cold. If you are lukewarm, I spit you out. Right? One likes hot drinks or cool drinks. The lukewarm nobody likes. So that is what Jesus Christ is telling. And same thing Srila Prabhupada also said. And if you see the Prabhupada Leelamrita and also the biographies written by his disciples, there are so many biographies, so many. One lifetime is not enough. So many of his disciples have written their biographies. And some of them have written diaries. Harishwari Prabhu has written diaries of his stay with Srila Prabhupada, day to day, day to day. And he has at least released, I think, 2 books, at least to my knowledge. Maybe there is more. So these books show how intense they are in their own way. Each of them, they were very intense. So Prabhupada's power manifested in them. They were so intense. And they made such rapid progress, you see. They did amazing services. For example, Shyam Sundar Prabhu was a young man. He had been introduced only in San Francisco. That is where he first met Srila Prabhupada in the year 1966. He saw Srila Prabhupada. And then Prabhupada brought him to India. So in India, they were in Bombay. And Srila Prabhupada wanted to have a very big Pandal program in Cross Maidan. Very big Pandal program to accommodate 25,000 people. Such a large Pandal he wanted. 7 days program with feast prasadam to everyone. And he divided the responsibility among a few of his disciples. All of them newcomers like this. Shyam Sundar Prabhu, then there was this Gurudas Prabhu, then there was this Mukunda Maharaj, Mukunda Prabhu, like this, 3 couples, and then a few others. The job was, someone was in charge of fundraising, huge fundraising. Someone is in charge of setting up the pandal, someone in charge of publicity. Like that job was distributed, and they performed so amazingly. Imagine, they are all Americans in India for the first time. And Prabhupada simply gives such responsibilities. They did in style. They raised a lot of money. They set up a huge pandal, lighted up in the night very beautifully, and it could accommodate 25,000 people. And then prasadam, for whoever came, tons and tons of prasadam were distributed. And people came because of the publicity. The hall, the pandal get filled up every day. Filled up. Like that. See, that is the intensity of the devotees. So let us pray to Srila Prabhupada and all his disciples and our Guru Maharaj that let my intensity grow. Let my intensity grow. Very nicely, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur said, it is not time serving. I have come to ISKCON. Okay, now what, 5 years? Okay, now what, 10 years? Now what, 15 years? Okay, I must be very close to Prema. Okay, maybe 25 years for Prema, 20 years for Bhava. Not like that. It is all a matter of intensity only. So we should all hanker to develop that intensity. Let us do that. So let us go to Bhava. Unless there is any question, anyone wants to say something? Okay, we'll go to Bhava. When asakthi achieves full maturity, it is called rati or bhava. So rati is another word that Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur will use. Whenever you come across a word rati, you should remember it's a synonym for bhava. Right? Rati and bhava. Bhava is the preliminary stage of manifestation of Satchitananda. These are the 3 major energies of the Lord. Sat means existence potency. Chit means knowledge potency. Ananda means joy, bliss, happiness potency. Right? These are the 3 energies primary energies of the Lord. So they all emanate from the Lord himself. They will manifest in the devotee at the Bhava stage. The Bhava stage, the Satchitananda in a preliminary stage will manifest to the devotee. So you can imagine, the internal potency of the Lord is descending. Do you want it or you don't want? Or you want to wait maybe a few more lifetimes? Yes, yes. The internal energy of the Lord in you. How much do you hanker for it? Our material happiness we have experienced. Sukha dukkha, coming, going, temporary. Agama payino anityaha, tam tivikshaso. Sukha dukkha will come and go. This is not that. This ananda comes to stay. The internal energy of the Lord is eternal. Eternal. That means you are entering into eternity. When the preliminary Satchit Ananda begin to manifest in you, you are entering eternity. You are entering deathlessness. Amrita. Amritamasnute, Krishna will say in Bhagavad Gita. Amritamasnute. You will start experiencing immortality. And that immortality is Satchit Ananda. Not that you remain immortal, but you would like to die. You like to die, you cannot die. Like the Frankenstein movie. Frankenstein, he cannot die. He would rather die, but he cannot die. It's not like that. This Amrita, this immortality is eternal joy, right? So it is emanating from the Lord himself. It is called the blossoming flower on the creeper of bhakti. So the bhakti creeper is growing and the blossoms are beginning to appear. That's called bhava, whose outer lustre is, you look at the flower, bhava as a flower, outer lustre is the quality of sarvai sudurlabha. You remember the 6 qualities? What you saw in NOD? Can anyone recite that quickly?
Kleshagni Shubhada.
Moksha Lagadakrut.
Moksha Lagatakrit. Sandrananda Visheshatma.
Visheshatma. Sudurlabha Krishna Karshani.
Exactly. So he's coming to that. This is coming to Sudurlabha and Krishna Akarshani. That stage is no Moksha Lagadakrut and Sudurlabha. See what he's saying? Outer luster is Sudurlabha, right? Rarity. It's so very rare to see someone in bhava, so very rare. And whose inner luster is Moksha Lagadakrut, right? It disregard for liberation. All the jnanis and all these fellows are longing for liberation. I want to become one with God. I want to become free from material existence. But for a devotee, he laughs at that. He discards it. He makes fun of moksha. Who wants moksha? I don't want. So these 2 qualities appear at the stage of bhava, right? Sudurlabha and moksha lagadakra. So just one particle of bhava uproots ignorance completely. Imagine what he's using. One small drop of bhava when it appears in you, not the entire bhava, just one small bhava. What happens? All ignorance goes. What you are struggling for lifetimes to get rid of, it goes away. Understand the power of bhakti, no? There is nothing like it in karma or jnana or ashtanga yoga. Believe me, nothing like it is there. Only in bhakti you have. And simply sadhana bhakti, simply doing it under the guidance of Guru and Shastras and Vaishnava Sangha, you can achieve all these things, right? So all that we need to do is become intense, right? Become intense. So ignorance will go. So we now understand the qualities of bhava. You can write them down in your notebook. What are the primary qualities of bhava? You can write them down and read it again. Moreover, by the profuse release of its fragrances, now the bhava flower is appearing on the bhakti creeper and it's blossoming. And then what will come? Nectar will come, fragrance will come, right? The amazing nectar will manifest in the flower and fragrance will be thrown miles around, right? Like that, the bhava flower appearing in the heart of the devotee the fragrance will spread. Then what happens? The fragrance, it invites the honeybees. That's what we say, right? The honeybees come to land on the flower when there is a very fragrant and very nectar-filled flower. The honeybee will come. So who is the honeybee when it comes to bhava? Can you guess?
Is it Krishna, Prabhuji?
Yeah, it is
Is
Krishna.
it Krishna?
Yes. Right? See here how Chakravarti Pad is saying. The flower of bhava, by the profuse release of its fragrances in plural, is able to invite Madhusudana and make him appear there. The Madhusudana is a pun on words. Madhu means honey. Sudana means the plunderer of honey, right? There is another meaning. He killed a Rakshasa called Madhu, right? But that name gives two meanings now. Madhusudana, the nectar in the heart of his pure devotee, he comes to plunder it. The nectar in the heart of Srimati Radharani, he is always eager to taste it. And that nectar in the heart of Radharani is what is appearing in a bhakta at the bhava stage. A tiny drop of it appears. And wherever the scent of Radharani is there, Krishna is madly attracted. Right? Wherever. Kumariya Srishtapallavali Kirti Nigraha Chandra Chandana. No. Kauravinda Kanti Nindi Chitrapatta Shatika Krishna Matta Bringa Keli Pulla Pushpa Vatika Krishna Nitya Sangamartha Padma Bandhu Radhika Mahyamatma Pada Padma Dasya Dastu Radhika Radhikashtakam by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. It describes how Radharani is a fragrant flower garden, fragrant nectar-filled flower garden where the bumblebee of Krishna comes to play. Kauravinda Kanti Nindi Chitrapatta Shatika Krishna Matta Bringana maddened bumblebee. Matta Bringa Keli, it is a place of play. Fulla Pushpa Vatika, she is a fully blossomed flower garden, Srimati Radharani, where the bumblebee of Krishna, maddened by the fragrance and nectar, he comes to play. That is Srimati Radharani. So similarly, a bhakta, when in his heart this appears, one tiny particle of Radharani's prema, then Krishna runs there. And that is how Radharani is the original source of all prema. And that prema is distributed to the devotees, right? As they qualify themselves. So it makes Krishna appear there. Moreover, scented by those fragrances, all the emotions of the heart, like a cluster of sesame seeds, so many sesame seeds, become liquefied. The emotions of the heart become liquefied and immediately fit to be smeared on all the limbs of the Lord. See, we are becoming intimate now, right? Intimacy with Krishna. As of now, we are very distant from Krishna. But at the bhava stage, the words express intimacy. Every word we read here expresses intimacy with Krishna. The devotee develops that intimate connection with Krishna, and that is why he forgets the rest of the world. He forgets everything else. Because he's now like a maddened person. He's hankering for association of Krishna. So what happens? The emotions of the heart, scented by the fragrance, that means the emotions in the heart, they become scented by bhava. Then what happens? It becomes liquefied. That means what? He mentioned a word here. No, that word is not. Sandrananda Vishesha. It becomes condensed. Your emotions become condensed and liquefied. And it can be applied on the beautiful limbs of Krishna. Right? At the appearance of bhava, its receptacle, the body. Right? Bhava is inner emotion, and the physical body is the receptacle. Correct? And what happens to the body? Of even a Chandala, supposing even a Chandala develops this bhava, then what happens? He becomes worthy of the respect that is due to Lord Brahma and other devatas. Please take this very seriously. Sometimes, we see a bhakta and we see a demigod. So we may be more inclined to respect a demigod than a devotee. But here you see, number one demigod is Lord Brahma, right? There is no higher demigod than Lord Brahma, right? But a Chandala who has got Bhava Bhakti should be respected before respecting Brahma. Supposing Brahma comes and the Chandala comes, Chandala in the Bhava stage, you will respect the Chandala. And Brahma will also respect the Chandala. Brahma will worship the Chandala, and you will also do the same. So, no demigod is more worshipable than a pure devotee. That is why every resident of Goloka Vrindavan is more worshipable than the entire line of demigods, right? This is to be understood. Even though we have been brought up to respect demigods, not that we have to disrespect them, but we have to know the relative level of advancement of these people, right? A pure devotee is much higher than demigods. Krishna treats them that way because demigods are mixed devotees. So one pure devotee is any day better than a mixed devotee. Because they are mixed devotees, Krishna has given them positions in the material world. But because a pure devotee has no desire, Krishna takes him to Goloka Vrindavan. So every tiny, insignificant soul, we may say like that, they are not insignificant, I'm just saying, like a tree in Goloka Vrindavan is more advanced than Brahma. Right? This we have to understand, the relative importance of material universe and the spiritual universe. Totally they are apart. At that time, the devotee's eyes, full of longing, turned towards Krishna to lick the blackness of his limbs. Now, what Chakravarti Pad is telling, the senses, how they begin to act, right? Because now the senses are becoming active in the devotee, right? So what is happening? The devotee's eyes, full of longing, turn towards Krishna to lick the blackness of his limbs. Now, licking is done by the tongue, but we are talking about the eyes. Eyes want to lick the blackness of his limbs. Actually, there's a lot of hidden secrets in the way this is presented. Let us see. Let us complete this and then we'll discuss a little more. To lick the blackness of his limbs, the rosy hue of his lips are pink, beautiful pink red. He wants to lick that. And the eye rims are also red. So he wants to taste that. The white brilliance of his moon-like teeth shining in his smiling face. The yellow hue of his clothing and ornaments. And the devotee begins to bathe his body in unlimited tears. What begins? The devotee's body gets bathed in unlimited tears, right? Because of the longing. The devotee's eyes are longing to experience the beautiful form of the Lord. So much longing that it is not seeing, it is tasting. It is tasting. Like a hunted animal, devotee becomes like a hunted animal, here and there, from time to time, freezing his motion. He's just walking and suddenly he stops. Why he stops? He raises his ears like a deer, no? Or like a cow or like a dog, pricking the ears. He pricks the ears to try to hear the sound of Krishna's flute. Somewhere there is his mind is telling, I can hear Krishna's flute at some distance. From where it is coming, I cannot tell. Maybe from the left, maybe in front, maybe to the right, maybe behind. He's stopping and he's trying to pick up what tune, where it is coming from. The jingling of his anklets. He begins to hear the jingling of his anklets. Just a hint. It's not hearing it loudly, but he thinks, maybe I heard it. The sweet intonation of his voice, Krishna's voice also. And the messages of his wandering footsteps. He's walking on the sand, and that sound the devotee ears picks up. Whether it is real or it is spurti, we don't know. Real and spurti, there's not much difference. The devotee within his consciousness, he feels Krishna is there. That means Krishna is there, right? He may not be physically there, but Krishna is present in his consciousness. Consciousness is now purified. We know at the appearance of Bhava, all ignorance is uprooted. So now you don't think the devotee is in ignorance. Huh? Oh, in ignorance he is imagining things. Don't think like that. Huh? This is pure bhakti is manifesting in the bhakta. So his hair stand on end when experiencing the touch of the Lord's tender hands. He feels the Lord's tender hands on his body and the hair stands on him. The nostrils open wide again and again and inhale, anxious to attain the fragrance of Krishna's body. Krishna's body has the fragrance of lotus and Malaya Chandan and Aguru, like that it is described here and there. That fragrance is picking up, natural fragrance. And hankering to taste the Lord's saliva, his tongue feels great joy on attaining the taste. He feels, I have attained the taste. And he licks his lips, tasting the Lord's, because he has tasted the Adaramrita of the Lord and he's feeling that. Sometimes when he gains the association of the Lord internally by the Lord's whim, please understand, the Lord simply thinks, okay, now I will appear. You know, Lord is Swarat, correct? Krishna is Swarat. Can anyone explain the meaning of Swarat? In relative terms, are we Swarat and is the Lord Swarat? Please explain. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Lord is completely independent, Prabhuji.
Yes. What about us?
We are not, we have little independence, but we don't have complete independence because we are all amshas of the Lord. We have little independence, Prabhuji, but that is not, we are not completely independent, Prabhuji.
Very good. But what is that independence? You have to say, independent for what?
Can do anything, Prabhuji. Like Vibhu Atma. So we are just Anu, part, very small particle of what the Lord is.
Do you really mean it? We can do anything?
No, we cannot do, Prabhuji. He can do anything.
No, but as his Amsha, we also have his independence,
Yes,
right?
Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. When we reach to that position, like he will, by his mercy.
No, there is no reaching. We are already there. We are his Amsha only. There is no gainsaying that. We cannot deny. We are his Amsha. Even now, we are his Amsha. We are conditioned, but we are his Amsha nevertheless. Nobody can deny.
We are controlled by him now.
Who does he control?
We are controlled by the modes,
So
Prabhuji.
I mean, in the initial stages and non-devotees. And
we are indirectly controlled. We are not directly controlled. Meaning, Krishna directly controls the life of devotees. And Krishna indirectly controls the life of non-devotees. How? Through Mahamaya. And devotees he controls through Yogamaya. And through Mahamaya, he gives a sense of independence to the soul. There is no independence actually. Why? Independence is not there because the three modes are like three ropes. Golden chain, silver chain, iron chain. We are tied up completely in the modes. In another way, if you want to explain, every action you do will carry a reaction. So that way you are not independent. If you do anything, get ready to face the reactions. You cannot become free from the reaction. Similarly, everything you do now in your conditioned state, it is colored by the modes. The modes, why they are active? Because of your karma. Because of your past karma, a particular mode becomes active in your life. So even if someone says he is independently doing something, no, he is not independently. Say, for example, somebody says, if I want to go to a hotel, I can go. If I want to go to a club, I can go. So why do you say I'm not independent? Can you answer that?
he is willing to go to a club or anywhere, it is because of the past vasanas, Prabhuji. So that is taking him to those places.
So he's not independent. He's being pulled by the senses, right? He's a slave of the senses. The senses are telling, go here, go there, enjoy this, do that. So he says he's independent, but a person who is trained in adhyatmic subject matter, he knows, no, this poor fellow is controlled by his senses, controlled by his mind. That is what we call conditioning. So in that sense, number one, all your actions are dictated by your mind and senses. And number two, whatever you do, you will have to wait for the reaction to come. So in both ways, you are totally tied up. So there is no independence. But we are talking about Krishna. So Chakravarti Pad uses the word whim, the Lord's whim. There is no cause, costless. Whatever the Lord does is costless. Whatever we do has a cause, right? We are in the cause and effect chain. But Lord is not in the cause and effect chain. So suddenly the Lord, he wants to come to the devotee internally. Then he comes. Then what happens? The devotee's heart feels exhilarated and he becomes drunk with the abundance of sweetness. And then the Lord disappears and he grieves and becomes despondent. In this way, the symptoms of Sanchari Bhavas decorate his body. Sanchari Bhava means Bhavas that come and go for a temporary while. And this becomes a decoration on the body of a devotee. If you read 7th canto, Prahlad Maharaj, you will see all these things happening in it, right? And of course, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, there's a lot of it discussed there. His intelligence, ascertaining that it is wandering in remembering the Lord, determines to be unfailing in concentration on its object, in the states of wakefulness, sleep, and deep sleep. See, his intelligence becomes so powerful that he can decide, not only while I am awake, but in sleep and dream also, I will have only the Lord in my mind. See, that powerful he becomes. The three states sort of disappear. He doesn't have three states because Krishna is present in all three states. Right now, Krishna is present in all three states of his consciousness. That means the three states are no longer there for him. 24 hours in, he is awake to Krishna. Right. At the time of attaining his spiritual body, suitable for performing his eternal service. Now, Chakravarti Pad is telling about he had this material body, but spiritual body is ready now. Right? The subtle body is now gross. Both the gross and subtle body are material. Now he is ready for his spiritual body. Why? The Lord thinks, oh, this guy is really qualified to serve me. Right? So, his spiritual body, suitable for performing his eternal service, his guru will disclose, or the Lord himself will disclose, what is his position in the Goloka Vrindavan. Right? That's called spiritual body. He comes to know what my body is there, what my activities are. So he almost gives up the material body. Almost. That means material body is still there. For a Bhava Bhakta, material body is still there, but he almost gives it up. Who? The soul. How? The soul takes up the spiritual body. So the material body simply exists. His sense of I identifies with the spiritual body. So when you say I, we all mean our body, physical body, correct? But in the Bhava stage, the Bhakta identifies with the spiritual body. Material body is a appendage. It is just attaching. It is like when the three-stage rocket, it goes in the sky. After the first stage has done its job, it falls away to the earth. It's no longer wanted. Like that, the spiritual body rejects the material body internally. Right? His sense of I identifies with that spiritual body. At that stage, the devotee begins to experience the extreme possessiveness of Krishna. Krishna is mine. He begins to feel that way. Like a bee, he becomes anxious to imbibe the fragrance of Krishna's lotus feet. Krishna's feet are like lotus, and the bee of his mind wants to linger in that lotus. Krishna Tvadiya Padapankaja Pancharandam Advaita Vishatume Manasa Rajaham. Something like that. Kulashekara was sings. The devotee's mind, like a bee, doesn't want to leave the lotus-like feet of the Lord. Okay, I think our time is up. Maybe we'll read one more paragraph. Having obtained the most precious jewel of Bhava, the devotee, like a miser. Okay, earlier also we saw in Asakthi, miser. Here in Bhava stage, like a miser, hides it from ordinary people because they cannot appreciate. They will misunderstand. As he becomes the residence of renunciation, he becomes completely renounced. Tolerance and other wonderful qualities which manifest themselves at the stage of Bhava. Now we understand devotee doesn't develop these qualities separately. At the Bhava stage, all these qualities come. Why? Because Satchitananda is appearing in him, which is purely transcendental. So transcendental qualities are appearing in him automatically. Sometimes we see in the world somebody, we say he's very humble, he's very compassionate, he's very kind, but these are material qualities. But what is appearing in the devotee here is transcendental qualities of Krishna. They are manifesting in the devotee. So advanced devotee, at the stage of Bhava, advanced devotees will understand his internal status by those external symbols. Supposing a very advanced devotee, pure Prema Bhakta, by seeing a Bhava Bhakta, he can identify by the external symptoms of his level of tolerance, renunciation, and all. By the maxim, fate is written on his forehead. Now we say, we carry the writing on our forehead like that. He will see, oh, here is a Bhava Bhakta. But others, only for advanced souls, they will know. But other people who see his distracted mind will decide he's mad. For others, he's a mad person. For a pure devotee, he's a very advanced soul. So this is how Bhava is described. Rest of it, we will continue whenever we meet again. Tomorrow is Friday, so no session. And tomorrow, is there a session? Those of you who attend, tomorrow there is your session, 6:30 session is there.
Yes, Prabhuji. Usually it will be there. Only last week it was cancelled. I think we will have it, Prabhuji.
Okay. So next week I am away. Or the whole of next week I am away. So we will resume after in the following week. The Monday after next. And maybe not Monday, then again, Tuesday. Next week, no. The week after next, Tuesday, we will pick up from Bhava. And then only Prema is left. So thank you very much for joining and giving me your wonderful association. Vancha kalpataru kripa sindhubhye vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai, Vrindavan Das Vishwanath Chakravarti Pad ki jai, Madhurya Kadambini ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Prabhuji,
Hare
please bless
Krishna,
me so that I
Prabhuji. Dandavat
revive back
Pranam,
all the things,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Lakshmi Venkat Mataji, yeah?
Now I'm telling you, please bless me so that I revive back all my lost this thing. Yes, Prabhuji.
Krishna, we are all praying for you. I request all of you to unmute and pray for Lakshmi Venkat Mataji to advance in spiritual life along with all of us. We are all struggling devotees, but still we will pray for Mataji also. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji and Mataji. Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. I need your blessings, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, my
Krishna.
for always with you. We all want to travel together towards Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for this nectarian class. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.